Hi. Um, I am going to just kind of put a basic um, video of, I'm going to touch base on a few different basic features slash kind of uh, answer a few different things concerning wig quality, wig specifics, things like that. That we seem to that we need to know to make our buying process easier. Just to, you want to know a few things, and I'm going to do that here now. I'm going to try and get some basic information for you in one place, and that's here. So we're going to start with a basic cap, which has very minimal features. And this is a basic cap with just a basic. There's no frills, no fancies, nothing, no lace. It is a hard front. That means there's no lace. If you look at this one, you can't see it. It looks like my hair because there's lace up here. This does not have lace, so it does not lay completely invisible. You're going to see this hard front bit here if you get really, really, really close. I mean, it's usually undetectable unless you I don't know how you would even, I mean, I've worn this wig a few times and it's not terrible as far as being able to detect the hard front. It just, it doesn't look as natural. Like, you can't pull it up like this because it's going to let's see if I can do this on camera. You're gonna see it. It's gonna kind of, you see, it's not quite as let's see, try and zoom it on that bit if I can, but I don't think I can. There you go. You see how this looks versus this. It's just the transition is different. It's just a lot different. You have a lot less options with a basic cap. Now, if it has bangs on it like this one has long bang, like a long fringe, so I tend to wear it to the side anyway. But if you have bangs on a hard front, it's not going to be as noticeable. Like this one here is a basic cap, hard front, but it has bangs. And so that helps cover up the front. But this one has what I call, and I've heard called, a stiff part, because it has no monofilament, you can't really do much with this part. You can't change the part really. But the bangs help cover up the hard front. That's where I'm getting with that one. And so if you want, I'm trying to work through my wigs without taking this one off yet. Sorry. So the lace front, I'll show you here how thin this is. See how thin? It's nice and thin compared to that It's like a sheet of paper. I mean, it's super thin. I mean, it's probably less than a sheet of paper, honestly, because I mean, it's lace. I'm not sure the exact thicknesses and things, but this is the lace. It's super thin, so it lays nice and flat against your head. This one is an extended lace. So you see how it goes. Well, it's also a mono part. So the part is a left to right side part, and it's always going to be parted on this part. You have a little bit of leeway here. It's like maybe an inch to a half an inch to an inch, and up here you can change it some, but you can't alter that part. I'll show you. Well, I can show you real quick. Woo! A monofilament top. See that beauty? That big wide area here. You can part wherever in that area you want to. Unless you have a stubborn wig like this one, she doesn't want to part any direction that I want her to. She wants to go the way she wants to go, which is very frustrating. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. One of these Mr. Spray bottles will be your best friend when wearing wigs because they're just great. It provides a nice even spray, and you need water, especially on synthetics, to help get your hair fibers to go the way you want them to go. I have a notice on my camera and I don't know what it means. Anyway, so that monofilament, and you see this one is a lot smaller. There's only that little bit, okay? And this, I should have kept this one off, but this one, the lace stops right about there, where right here, where I'm tapping. It goes here. This one goes all the way. It will go all the way to in front of this ear tab. So there's a good 2 inches more that allows you to pull it up further before you start to see the manufacture process. And what I mean by the manufacture process is when you pull it up, see this has no lace. You can just see all of this, and then when you get to this part, when you pull this back, it becomes a lot more noticeable to see some of these edge pieces along here. It changes the how thick it is, how it covers. Like, see, you can see my bio hair here, and it just, it's different. This one being an extended, or this one's not extended, excuse me, that was a basic. I forgot which wig I had in my hand. I have so many. This one's the extended lace. I have a couple that are extended lace. Not too many, because it is a more expensive feature, just because it gives you more coverage. You can pull back a lot further in the hairline than you can even say with I'm trying to figure out, this I'm trying to figure out which one I have that I could show you. Sorry, I can tell you each one of these too if you want me to. This one it's a mono crown. See inside, it's got this right here. It's a mono crown. So there's like a place where it starts in there somewhere, and there's no there's a part. It's a standard. It's a I'm not sure what this is called. It's just there's no lace. Well, there's this thing here But it's not, it's like a more rigid lace. Um, but it just allows for this teeny tiny section right up front to look natural. But the rest, if you pull it up, it just looks like a wig. Um, it's not, it's no more lace. Um, so that's just a basic, another basic type of cap. But that's a mono crown. It has no parting features, um, which, it's fine. Excuse me. All my wigs are falling down now because I do not know how to put these up properly. Um, also, what I wanted to talk about was um, this wig, even the one I'm wearing. Not most, but I can't find this. You get this hairy thing, and then you can't find opening. Okay. These in here, open wefts. Open wefting provides a lot more airflow for your wig. I've got so many wigs here. I'm losing track of what I'm trying to do. I've got this cheaper blonde wig, but this is no wefts. You see, this has no wefting. This is a lot hotter to wear. It does have some open lace. Well, it's a bit more breathable material. I wouldn't say it's lace, but it's a bit more breathable than this. But it's still quite hot to wear. And it is a center part, or a T part, you may have heard, because it looks like a T. And it is only a center part. You can only part it down the center. And this, I've cut her, and she was an Amazon wig, I believe. Yes. And I did cut the lace on this too. But it has the lace front, no ear tabs, which is fine. But it does make it more awkward to glue down if you have bio hair around your ears. It's hard to glue them down. So you can't really tuck it unless you glue it down. So you might have to shave depending on what you're trying to achieve. I just know that a lot of people have had a lot more problems with wanting to glue down around the ear tab, but not being able to because of bio hair. I think that's the only way to solve that, maybe, is by shaving your hair. I don't glue them down because I like to take them off during the day because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And, if I can get any kind of laying down and taking a nap kind of situation in, I'm not beyond that. So I don't glue them. But this, you can't see it because it's backwards, I'm sure. But I had previously said to get a latex glue, but this is a non-latex. It's latex free. So apparently latex free is fine, and it's waterproof, and it says, I can't read upside down, perspiration resistant. So, and it's called Ebin New York, EBIN New York, Wonder Lace Bond, lace wig adhesive, extra mega hold. Number one, but I think that's just something else. I got this at a wig shop. I'm sure you can order something online somewhere for it. I will post a picture of this somewhere so you can try and find it yourself. But it did. I got this from my one wig I have that it's a lace front that I wore a beanie with, and I think I stretched the lace out by wearing the beanie. I'm not sure, but you know, the pulling down, um, pulling it down, I feel like did it. So I bought that to glue just the little lace front down on that because uh, it was popping up, it was bubbling, so I stuck it down. But I don't like to wear the glue because again, I like to take my wigs off occasionally. And you know, if I was at work, um, I would maybe look into it. But these type of wigs nowadays, you don't have to get lace that you cut. You can get ready to wear. I think they're called. The lace is already pre-cut. It's already ready to go. You don't have to do anything to it. So it's very nice for that. And one of the another one of the features I want to talk about. Get off from the basic features, but when you wear your wig, you're going to have the stretchiness on the side from the back of your ear to the back of your head, and it's these stretchy these extenders here, stretchy ear, the circumference extenders, and they have a Velcro adjuster here where you pull off and you can change the tightness and make it looser, make it tighter, depending on, you can crisscross them in the back if you need to make them super tight. You can cut them out. Somebody asked if you could cut them out, and if you go back, you know, as long as you're not cutting anything that hair is attached to, you can totally cut it off super easily, and you don't have to worry about it. The other type of, do I have one? I think so. I think this one's got them. The other type, again, I've got this monstrosity of hair. Yes. The other type of the clasps that you have are these type that hook into these different holes here that are sewn in, and you can crisscross these too if you need to, but they are stretchy as well usually, and they hook up to the ear tabs. You should be able to remove just about any of those if you want to. Some people remove the ear tabs themselves because they're uncomfortable. You will lose some of the hair, like that much hair. It's very little hair that's attached to the ear tab. If you wanted to cut these off, they are annoying sometimes. I'm a petite average size head. I have a 21 1/4 inch head. So I can wear petite, I can wear average. Average kind of sits on my ears a little bit, and it's just heavy, feels heavy on my ears and annoying. But a petite, and I can show you because this little lady is a petite. Let me do the old switcheroo. Put them back on my stands. These stands, these are wonderful, cheap. I got them on Amazon. If anybody wants them, you just put your wig on it. Voila. But this wig, this was my first, well, this was the second because I bought it in a different color because I didn't like the first one's color as much, but this was my first wig that I chose because it was low density. That's the only reason I chose it. It's a petite, and so it is small. It is very, very small on me. But look at this, like no, I think I spraying it and I haven't washed it. There's no permatease. It's low density. There's not a lot of hair. I think it's 120 I think, percent density, in that range somewhere. So it makes it super lightweight. And when I talk about permatease, if I can find this Wigs thing, I'll talk about it. If you can see these, I'm trying here. Well, there's tiny fibers. Oh yeah, you can kind of see them if I can just zoom in. Yes, there's tiny fibers sticking up, all in there, all through there. That is permatease. What permatease does is it gives volume, whereas this one doesn't have much volume. No permatease. This one, which is Tressallure Charlotte, I can talk about that. If you want to know, I can try it on. Has a lot of volume up top. She's a very voluminous girl. Lots and lots of volume. Trying to see if I can see. Yeah, there's some permatease in between in the wefts, just to give it the poofiness. But before I get to that, while I'm wearing this one, I'll show you why the petite isn't as good. You see this? How it's got this big gap. It's because it's small. It's a small wig. They are mainly made for children, and very, very small people. I measured for, I'm slightly bigger. I'm like a petite. I like fit in between, so I can wear this. But again, it is very small. I cannot wear it up. See, the lace goes to here where the other one was only about here. I can't wear it up past this point. If I did pull it up any, and then I really can't pull it up there, because then it's like, whoa, okay, there's like, it's obvious that it's, especially when I had no bio hair, when I was shaving my head completely, it was very, very obvious that it was a wig. And even today, when I put it on, it feels not snug, but it feels like it's not as secure as an average. It definitely feels smaller. And I'll show you Charlotte if you're interested. I've done videos on her, but I just want to show you the difference in the how much hair she has. See, it's just a lot of hair. But that's the idea of permatease. It also hides some of the manufacturing process. Like, it helps hide some of the sewing and what have you. And I don't know if you can, I guess you can see it a little bit. It's just sticking up, but it helps make it very, very puffy. Not my not my favorite wig by any means. If you want, okay, I'll talk about this one. This one was level. She's the mono crown, no lace. Well, whatever this is, I don't think it's lace. It doesn't mention it being a lace front, because it's not. But it has this, I call it faux lace. It is fraying a bit, so I do think it is some sort of lace, but it's not like a lace. No, that doesn't make any sense. But I got it for just being a house wig and just being able to wear it and not mess up any lace, which is perfect for that. And you can bring it up into a low pony without any problems. And it's just, it's still super cute. I like it. There's not a lot of permatease in it, but there is some. You can see it in this one a lot more Well, if I can get it to zoomy zoom, it's not going to, of course. Oh, there it goes. You can see it. Goodness, a lot of permatease because it's hiding this fake scalp. It's not a real scalp or a real part. It's a fake part. There's no part to it, right? Like the one did, like this, yeah, this one, Miley by Wille has this part here where you can see through it. That's what makes it look natural against your skin and everything, is that lace monofilament top, or yeah, part. Monofilament top, mono part. One is just a little bit mono part. It's just this tiny bit in the middle or on the side. And then the monofilament top is or also monotop is the big wider one that it gives you the full coverage or the full parting spectrum. You can part all over the top of your head with this one. My clasp is coming done, so it feels a little loose. I'm putting the wig back up. So let's see. Also, what I wanted to talk about was a wig specific comb. One of these. I use a standard rat tail comb for changing the part on the monofilament tops. You just have to be careful not to poke the lace when you do go jabbing anywhere in there, because it's delicate. You can tear it. But this comb, I got these a 6-pack on Amazon. Do not buy just one and pay $20 when you can get 6 of them for like $10 or $12, I think, maybe 15 for 6 of them. Put them all around your house. Put one in your purse. Put one in your desk. Just put them everywhere. You will need them because they tangle. Your wigs tangle. Also, I'll give you a nice hint. I didn't know about this when I first started wearing wigs. I would just brush them, holding the cap, the top. I would just brush them, and I would have a hard time brushing them like this. Unnecessary, because the top doesn't tangle nearly as bad as the bottom or the back, the nape. So what you do is you grab it by the nape, this bit back here that sits on the back of your head. It's the toughest part, and you brush the hair like this, just the back, just the nape part that gets tangled. You do this after every wear or every day after you take it off. And then that way you are not over brushing the top, which doesn't get as tangled. You can still brush this. Just try not to do it too often. If it's straight, it's not such a big deal. But curly wigs, like this one, it's a synthetic, not heat friendly. The more you brush through it with a comb, the more it's going to lose its curl pattern. Same if you wash it in a hot bath, you're going to lose some of the curl. So just try and wash your wigs in a cold bath. Try not to overbrush curly wigs. It's just really important. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the types of fibers, because I know people are interested in that too. There's synthetic, which is just regular synthetic. It's a poly blend, I think, maybe, or I know it's definitely in the poly world. That means plastic. It is a plastic, long, thin piece of plastic. It is not resistant to heat. It will melt. Imagine a Barbie doll. The hair melts. You put a lighter up to that hair, zoom, it's gone. Same thing with these. You're gonna, if you stick your head near an oven, it will singe and your hair will be gone. And it is a horrible sound when it happens. It's a frizzing. It just goes, psh. It's horrible. You can get also human hair. This is a human hair wig. This was a Wig sister was selling this secondhand. It does not have a lot of frills at all. It was very cheap for a human hair wig. I don't know the entire details. I didn't know very much about the ethnicity, or not ethics. That's what ethics. No, I can't think of words. The ethics surrounding human hair. At the time that I bought this, I was like, I need a human hair wig. I don't know. They said it's Brazilian. I don't know if she or he, could be he, could grow his hair out. I don't know if whomever this person's hair was could have also been, it could have belonged to multiple people. I don't know who owned this hair before. I know nothing about it. I don't know if they gave this hair away. I don't know if this hair was stolen. I don't know. So it's not my most popular piece. I have another human hair piece that I used to think I needed it, but when I found out that you have to curl them, you have to care for them very much like hair, it becomes a different ball game. Because I styled this one. I tried to style this one with a curling iron. Nope, I don't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it when I had hair. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just because, I'm the one doing it. It's attached to me, whatever. Apparently, I just don't know how to style hair. So, what I used on this one, because I'm a klutz when it comes to doing anything with hair, is an octocurl. It's a very interesting piece, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But I'm going to talk about this wig real quick. I think this is a lace top. It's not monofilament. It's something else. It's some sort of lace. You see how it's completely, it's the same all over, and it's not open wefted. It is a basic closed wefted. There was lace on the nape. It was cut before I got it, but it I got a cheap human hair wig thinking I needed one. I hardly ever wear it because you gotta style it, and it's great. But this does make it easier to style. If you have a human hair wig, it will not work on a heat-friendly synthetic wig. I'll talk about heat-friendly synthetics in a minute. It will not work on them because you need heat to make it work. This is for hair only. You just put it over the wet wig when it's wet after you've washed it, and then you take each of these sections and you just wrap the hair around it on each one of them. There's 8 sections with 2 of these on it, so you can make them super spirally or bigger depending on if you do 1 or 2 together or not. You just wrap it around each of the sections. You let it dry overnight. You take it off. You brush it out. And voila. It is just breathtaking curls. It's really fantastic. If you want to do this to your real hair too, I bought these for my real hair, but I was losing my hair too much to get anything to happen right. But you don't have to have human hair. Now heat friendly synthetics are are friendly up to, I believe, 320 degrees. So any more, you risk damaging it, and I would keep it lower than that. I would literally start at the lowest setting that you could possibly get on your heat tool, and then work up. If the lowest setting doesn't work, go up in increments until you get to 320. Usually 320, just depending on it. I think 280 could be also the highest. I think it really depends on your manufacturer. But those are the 3 regular fibers, and then there is human synthetic blend, which the human synthetic blend varies a lot depending on how much of each you want. There is like, I mean, there's just so many, because like especially in the custom world, because you can literally add like specks of gray throughout however you want to do. There's a lot of customization you can do. But you can also find them in blends. I have not researched blends just because I'm leaning much more towards synthetics these days, just because I live in a humid environment and it's very tough on human hair. The humidity is just, it's just not fun, and the heat, human hair is hotter for some reason. It just seems hotter. Plus my caps are not open wefted, so it's like I feel like I'm suffocating when I'm wearing the wig sometimes, especially because it's long hair. I only have long hair in the human hair wigs, so there's a lot of drawbacks to human hair wigs. But just know you do not have to have one to look natural. I get compliments all the time, many people do, on the synthetic wigs because they look amazing. They just look fantastic, and they feel really good. I have a cheap wig. I can show you her now. Sorry, I walked away from the camera. I'm not gonna put her on because she looks, she look at this. She just looks a hot mess. But it is coarse. It is very coarse. It was a cheap wig. I think it was $20 maybe. It was an Amazon wig. Like very, very cheap, because I just wanted to see what I would look like in blonde with bangs. But you can feel the difference in just the synthetic quality on some wigs. Now, I'm not saying cheap wigs are bad. I'm not saying that at all. Whatever brand this is, it's not branded, so I have no idea. The quality on that one was not good, but I have another one. No, even this one here. I have several cheap wigs that were under $20 where they are super soft. They're still soft. And this is actually a heat-friendly synthetic, which is strange to me to have a $25 heat-friendly synthetic. I thought they were only for more expensive wigs. I'm still learning every day. This is I don't remember what this one was called, but this is an Amazon banged hair cube, I think was the manufacturer on this one. There is nothing inside of it, so I don't know. But oh my god, they all just fall on the floor now. Oh, and the last thing I'll mention, I should have probably mentioned this first, but the band I was wearing, the wig grip, is this, it's Dream Lover brand. You can't see that because it's backwards. But you can get any of them, really. Milano also makes them. There's probably other brands. It is velour on both sides and Velcros. You wrap it around your head, Velcro. As you see here, you wrap it around your head and Velcro it. And what that does is it provides grip this way, so it won't it won't slide because of the way the velour is, the way that it faces, because it faces, you can feel it. It's facing, the little fibers are going that way. So it creates traction on the top so the wig doesn't go backwards, but the velour faces the other way on the bottom, so it doesn't fall. It creates grip so it doesn't go backwards on my head. So it's like a dual purpose thing, the wig grip, the Velcro. I do have, I apologize again for leaving, but these silicone ones with the little nubbies. I did not like these because they pull your hair, your real hair. They pull your bio hair, so beware. I did not have a very fun time with these because they just, when you take it off, it just rips your hair out. I did not like it. That's my personal opinion. People like them, and that's fine. But I have curly, frizzy hair, so go downstairs, please. Anyway, sorry, my kids are sick. They're got a summer cold, and it's great. And they've given it to me, so it's wonderful. But anyway, so silicone, not as much fun. It's about the velour, Velcro velour, whatever you want to call it. I get the two words mixed up all the time. But it just goes together. It's a lot comfier. It is a little thick on this, but that's usually in the back of your head, so you never really notice that. Also, something I will mention, was not planned, scripted, or anything. Those of you who have problems with your wig riding up from the back, I would suggest this. Anytime you go to the bathroom, you're alone, whatever, just grab with one hand, grab all of it, and I mean the wig and the wig grip, and then put one hand here and just shimmy, like pull this back a little bit, and then you should be fine. It should tighten it up. It'll firm it all back down. What happens is, as we move throughout the day, we move our heads, they ride up. That's normal because your muscles and everything in the back of your head, they contract and whatever, and it causes the wigs to ride up a little bit. Some of you also may have the bone. I can't say what the name of the bone is because I just can't. That could also cause it. That could be the issue. But if you have that problem, if it feels like your wig's riding up, just grab it here, grab it in the back, and tuck it down. That's what I do, because I'll go through throughout the day, and I'll be like, whoa, it feels like it's really high up, and I'll check. I'll like feel back here, and I'm like, whoa, it is really high up. So I'll just tuck it down, readjust, and then it works out okay. And then the reason I say go to the bathroom is so you can be alone, so people don't see you tugging on your hair, in case you don't want to lose the illusion that you're not wearing alternate hair. That's your call, of course. I just tug it in front of everybody because everybody I know personally knows that I wear wigs, so I'm not worried about it. I wouldn't tug it out in public, no, but around my friends and family, I don't care. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. It definitely is a lot more information than I guess I thought. It's a lot longer video than I thought, but I had a lot of information to get out there, and I'm hoping that I've answered enough. I guess just Ask me a question.